Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, hello. My name is Jayleen Marie Cruz, and if you're not new here, welcome back. As y'all can see, I'm literally yo estoy en mi cama, okay? I'm in my bed. I'm usually like put together to do these like intros to talk to y'all, but I am not. It is literally December 24th, which is today is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. I hope that you guys have a phenomenal Christmas. But I wanted to do this video just to end off the year and all the books that I read, and we're gonna be tier ranking all of the books that I read this year. Now, girl, I didn't even know how to use Goodreads until about like mid-year. So the amount of books that I have that Goodreads counted for were only 61 books or 60 books, but I definitely read more books than 60, I feel like. So I am not put together. There's no put together and me. Oh my god, I'm literally out of breath. Anybody else sick? Anybody else not feeling too good? Every book girly that I know, they're not feeling well. They went to the doctors, flu, stomach flu, like a little TMI, but girl, I went to the hospital. I couldn't hear, and it was so scary. And I've talked about this before. It's kind of like on and off. Okay, not me talking about that, but yeah, your girl is literally my nightstand over here full of meds and a steroid nasal spray. So tired right now, but I'm gonna pull through because I want to make one final video for the year, and next year I can start off fresh and enjoy my time with my family and all of that. But like I was saying, I didn't even know how to use Goodreads until about like mid-year. So like a lot of these books, so the books that were on my year in books on Goodreads, I just counted those, and we're just gonna do those, okay, of all those that I read. Maybe next year make a full-on list in my notes, like every book I read, but girl, not this time around. I was so new to Goodreads. I was like, how the heck do y'all do this? Before we get into the tier ranking, let me know how, you know, your guys' year went, how 2023 went, because let me tell y'all, guys, mine was a little rough. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned about myself and what I need to be doing. You know, I'm 22 years old and I'm gonna be turning 23 next year, and I feel behind, girl. I feel completely behind. Definitely an eye-opening year for sure, to make sure that I don't want to say selfish, but I definitely need to put myself first and not be dependent. But yeah, let me know how your 2023 went. Yeah, I'm gonna find a good angle and then just get into these books because I'm talking for too long. I am. This is trial and error. One moment. Here are my this is so fun. Here are my little tier rankings, the columns. So for 6 stars, take my motherfucking soul. Take my soul. I don't know what I was thinking with these. I don't think I was. Okay, next. For 5, take the book and read it. 4 stars, girl, okay, yeah. 3 stars, would recommend, maybe. 2 stars, it's all right. ... And then for 1, no, girl, no. Why is my throat giving vocal fry? Y'all know that one Miley Cyrus clip? I thought I was never gonna. I don't even know how it goes. Okay, let me stop. Okay, the first book, Dash by 𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚜𝚒. I'm not gonna take so long with every book, but this book, it was iffy, right? But like, it made me cry. The ending, but Dash, I don't know if that was her first book, but the writing was a little iffy, I guess. But the ending, y'all, if you want to cry to this book, go ahead. I feel like I would probably put it in, if it made me cry, but like if the writing it wasn't my favorite of Chantel's, girl, I'm gonna go ahead and put like, will recommend maybe. I recently just read this book for a vlog, reading a book that was made into a movie, and that was Fallen by Lauren Kate. That book was a bit confusing, but I would consider it, because it is a fantasy young adult book, and obviously the book was from 2009. I feel like I would probably, ooh girl, I don't know. I did in my like video say that I was giving it a 2.5 stars. It's a low fantasy. It has to deal with like angels and stuff like that, but like it was like confusing. Girl, I'm gonna put that in. It's all right. It's all right. Next book, if you recognize any of these books, let me know what your thoughts were, okay? The next book, Once You're Mine by Morgan Bridges. It is a stalker romance, but like this man did not let her like breathe at all. Like he was too, you know how like in some stalker romances they let the female main character just be like herself and like just protect her, but like do crazy shit at the same time sometimes. No, this guy just went like, I don't know. He was a little overboard. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it because it's gonna spoil it, but like something with her father and like killing. I don't remember. I honestly read that book because I saw it on TikTok. BookTok, it is a scary place. It is a scary place because it will capture you and it will make you download the book and buy the book immediately. So once you're mine, I'm gonna just put it, I wasn't vibing with it, so we're just gonna do It's Alright. I feel like me putting It's Alright, like that column was such a perfect column. Like, it's alright, because I say that a lot when it comes to books. It's alright. Next book. I'm also including some of the books that I, like I said, reading vlogs. So a couple of these are Christmas novellas that I recently read this month. So Toasty Inside by Zoe Mona, but it's like a Christmas, like I said, a Christmas novella, and he's like, the guy is like an adult toy inventor, and this girl is just back at her small town, and she's like hiking in the snow, and the man is a mountain man. What y'all know about them good mountain men? I'm just playing. I'm just embarrassing myself. But there was a quote in this little novella that I loved, and I believe I gave this, I remember giving this book 4 stars because it was my favorite out of the ones that I read. No, I'm gonna find it because it made my heart melt. I found it. Here's what it says. It says, I never imagined that being with someone who is perfectly in sync with every beat of me could be possible. Out of every single book that I have read, that hit me. I don't know why, but it was like so sweet. Toasty Inside, I'm gonna be like, girl, okay, yes. Girl, okay, yes. Trick Shot by Kayla Gross or Gross. I'm probably butchering her name. I'm so sorry. But I actually saw this creator Kiara Lewis read this one, and it's a spicy one. I feel like I would give this one. I honestly don't remember what happened in this one, but this one, I'm literally blanking, you guys. Something happened and they were at like an airport, and this is an MMF, like romance. They were at an airport. She had to do something. Flights get canceled, but the guy sees the girl and they have a conversation, and that leads to them going back to his penthouse, and his best friend is there, and it's like a whole spicy night. Y'all tell I barely remember. I'm gonna put it in would recommend maybe. Second Bite by S.J. Tilly. I am on a S.J. Tilly obsession right now. We're gonna get to that series in a minute, but there's a series that I absolutely love from her. It's called the Alliance series. But this one by her is Second Bite. It's a Christmas novella. This one is about, I don't got time to remember names, but it's like a pastry like competition and stuff like that. Main male character named Mike, but he is the judge, and he takes a favor to Alice. To be honest, this book just made me hungry because the pastries that she was making sounded so freaking good. I'm gonna put in, once again, would recommend maybe. Okay. Oh my god, this next book, y'all. A Court of Thorns and Roses. The first book, I'm gonna put in girl, okay, yes. But A Court of Mist and Fury, just take my soul. Take my fucking soul. The second book, love. Like Rhysand, he's my husband. He is not yours. I'm just playing. I'm still waiting for Rhysand to come pick me up. Like, hey, Rhysand, I'm right here. Y'all, I'm sweating. A Court of Wings and Ruin, Aqua War. That book was very political and like war stuff. So I would just be like, just take the book and read it. Just take it 5 stars. I still need to get the novella and then the last book. Okay, y'all, it was getting hot in here and I was getting a little bit delirious. You know when you get hot and it's like, no, you can't handle it, you just start saying, yeah, that was me. Who, girl? Let's continue. Oh, we left off on A Court of Wings and Ruin. Yeah, that series has my whole heart right now. I made a video on my TikTok. I was like, I feel like I needed a strong character to read at the end of my 2023, and Farah, I was literally crying in that TikTok video. It's crazy when you relate to a lot of, you know, characters. You know, that's what books are for. In love with the series. I can't wait to continue the whole universe because I know there are a lot of amazing strong female characters out there. Next we have Sicko by Amo Jones, and I believe I gave that book 5 stars. This one was like, it was a motorcycle like club type thing. I don't think I've ever read a motorcycle, so this was my first one ever. And once again, I was influenced by a TikTok creator, Kiara Lewis. She read this and she said, I needed some crazy shit, da 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 da. She read that and she liked it, and I wanted to read it, and I liked it. I loved it. But there was one thing that I didn't like, was they kind of grew up like siblings, you know, but they're not siblings, they're not biological. It's just, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about all that, but I'm gonna put that as like, I say would recommend maybe, but like when I recommend books, I always like, and I'm guilty of this, and I want to not be like this in 2024. I'm always like, oh, like you know, book recommendations, you obviously would recommend books that are popular, books that are popular on Book Talk or Bookstagram or wherever, and I want to branch off and not do that. Like, recommend books that, you know, you wouldn't recommend and are not as, you know, popular. This is one that I would recommend if you're wanting to read like a motorcycle, dark romance, forbidden type stuff. I would recommend. I actually really like this one. I don't know. I'm gonna put Girl Okay Yes. I'm gonna put in Girl Okay Yes. That book hit it for me. When I read it and like when I stopped reading it, I was like, okay, you just know when a book is that good. Like, you just know immediately. Y'all gonna be like, Jayleen, what are you reading, girl? Like, what is it that you're reading? This year, not even this year, I think I'm at this point, and I feel like a lot of us just needs to be at this point because I see it everywhere on Book Talk. I know you probably see it. Your mom will probably see it. I'm just kidding. Your mom don't probably see it, but judging others from, I don't want to say judging because not a lot of people do that, but like reading what you want to read. I have branched out into some alien romances, and the next one is called, I think the first book is called Ensnared. It's by Tiffany Roberts, and it's like an alien, it's a spider's mate like trilogy. It's 3 books, and it's like a spider's mate. Yes, a spider, but like he's like an alien Vuri type alien. All I'm gonna say is I loved these books. I only made it to the second book, which we're gonna get to later, but I actually really am enjoying the trilogy so far. I have 1 book left, and the second book left on a cliffhanger, and I'm so sad because what happened to the like Vuri alien. His name is Catan, and the female character, her name is Ivy. Just try it. I know it's gonna be like, what the fuck am I reading, but I enjoyed it. Okay, I'm gonna put would recommend maybe. Oh my god, I have so many books left, you guys. You guys think I could talk for so long? I'm 2 seconds from being like, Iron Flame, just take the book and read it. Like, there's no questions. And I would say, even though I gave it 4 stars, I loved it. It was definitely information heavy. I feel like a lot of it definitely could have been condensed. I loved it. I loved the whole story. And what happened at the ending of Iron Flame, Miss Rebecca Yarros, girl, you better fix that. Okay, next book, Pretty Monster by Sheridan Ann. This is another stalker one. To be honest, I don't remember anything from this book. It is another stalker one, and the main girl is like a tattoo artist, and it's like you get point of views from like 3 different guys. The spice was spicing in this book. Oh, I remember writing a review. Oh, okay. I gave it 3.75. I said really enjoyed. If you liked Haunting Adeline, you might enjoy this. But also I figured out the plot and who the stalker was like 20% in, so it kind of ruined me reading it. But I made it through the end, and it did not disappoint. I'm gonna put in would recommend. The Chase by Elle Kennedy. Elle Kennedy just knows how to write a good book. I read this book for a palate cleanser, but I'm trying to read the Briar You series so I can read the Gram Effect because she's already starting the kids generation, and I just want to be ready for all of them and not having to go back, you know, switch between that. So no, I'm gonna say would recommend. Okay, Grimstone by Sophie Lark. Sophie Lark, I have read so many books by her already. Let me forgetting. The Brutal Prince, that whole series, read it, and then I read The Kids, and then I read Minx and I loved it. Oh my god, that book Minx was so, I loved it. I think I rated it 5 stars. I'll put Girl Okay Yes. Wait, we're not talking about Minx. We're talking about Grimstone. Grimstone, it was good, and the main character had like a condition. Was it to the sun? But I still enjoy it. I would put Girl Okay Yes because I liked it. Carving for Kara or Kara. I read that book. It was for Halloween, and I'm gonna put it in. It's alright. What happened at the ending of that was crazy, girl. But like them doing stuff in the cornfield, I was like, ooh. Carnage. There is no say. Take my soul. I have nothing else to say. Read it. This book was definitely heavy for sure. When I was reading part 2 was, woo, I had to take a break. I got nothing more to say. Carnage, 100%. Sabotage, I read that too. I think this is like a novella of the Lord series. It wasn't my favorite, sadly, because I love the whole Lord series. But I'm gonna put that in. It's alright. I believe the main male character is Colton. But yeah, Sabotage, it was alright. King of Greed, I don't want to say, okay, King of Greed by Anna Huang, I believe that's how you say her last name. I loved it. Like, I loved the whole series. I will always wait for them, buy them, stay in tune for them because it's so good, so good. And I love the Twisted series as well. But King of Greed, I don't know. I think I rated it like 3.5. I don't know. It just didn't hit like the other ones. Love the whole series. I'm gonna put Girl Okay Yes because Dominic, hey. Okay, this next series just gets me out of a reading slump. There's a couple books that they're all kind of like jumbled around. All of the books are jumbled around, even if they are part of the series. It's the Barbarians, Ice Planet Barbarians. I always give those books 4 stars because they give me, I don't know, they're so bingeable and they're so easy and I love them. If you don't know about Ice Planet Barbarians, go try it, go read it, because I liked it. It's not a lot of people's cup of tea, and I've cried to some of the books. It's so cute sometimes. Yeah, so Barbarians, I love this. I love the whole series. I'm gonna put that in would recommend. That whole series it takes my heart. I don't know what book I am on. I think there's like 20 some books. It is a whole universe type thing. Dark Notes by Pam Godwin. This one was a little iffy for me too. This is a forbidden student like teacher romance. She's 17 and he was 27. I liked the book. I don't remember what I rated it, but the only thing was that the age thing. Yeah, it was just the age thing. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I could be reading the most craziest book and it would be like the age thing for me. I liked it, but I would recommend. I feel like my would recommend column is like, we about to be adding here, okay? Hopeless by Elsie Silver. I like this one, but at the same time I was having trouble connecting to Bo. And what was her name? Oh my god. I love the whole Chestnut Spring series, but Hopeless wasn't my favorite out of the series. I didn't want the series to end, so I kept like taking a break during this book. Oh, Bo and Bailey. I know a lot of people were like, oh my god, like we didn't get a lot of the Eaton family in this book, but I felt like even though it was hard to connect to this one, I still was like, you know what, it ended good. Like Bo and Bailey, everybody's happy. You get snippets here and there of everybody, and I feel like it was a perfect way to end the series. Okay, I'm gonna put girl okay yes. Okay, y'all, we got caught up. There's no fucking questions asked. No questions. Just take the book and read it, okay? Just take the book and read it. I love this one, and it was one of my anticipated reads this year. Fell in love, loved it, love Kai, love Miller. Miller, Kai, and Max. I cried. No, this book, it was so good. Bloodshed by Molly Doyle. Now this one, I'm gonna speak on both of them, but it's a Scream for Us. Like, if you have seen it on Book Talk, it's Scream for Us, like this Halloween like novella. It's about like three masked men and this girl, and they have like a wild night, and then it leads to like book 2 where somehow she is connected to these masked men. So Scream for Us by Molly Doyle and Bloodshed, I'm gonna put them in. It's all right. I still enjoyed it. Yeah, it was steamy, but I'm gonna put in it's all right. Let me take a sip, y'all, of my little seltzer right here. Now this next series is it's called Tattered Curtain series by Greer Rivers. I love Phantom, and that was my first 6-star read. It's like a mafia. The girl is she has like a bipolar disorder, and the mafia guy, his name is Solomon, and he just like takes care of this girl. Y'all just need to read it. It was my first 6-star read ever. Absolutely loved it. So take my soul. Oh my god, take my soul. And the guy's name is Solomon. The other 2 books in the series, Rogue and Dreadful, which Dreadful came out this year, and I signed up for an ARC for that book because I'm loving the series so far. So Rogue, I'm gonna put in would recommend, because out of the series so far, Phantom is my 6 stars. And Dreadful, which this is the one that I received an ARC for. I loved it. It was a girl. She was kidnapped with another little boy, and when they grow up, something happens to her when she was younger. It's very, very traumatic. And like the whole book is obviously trigger warnings with all of these, and they think that she's like dead when in reality she is not. When she grows up, she meets the little boy. Her and him meet. The female character, she takes revenge on all of the people who did her wrong, and I was rooting for her throughout the whole book because what all these men did, nah girl, she had her revenge. So I'm gonna put that in girl okay yes. Highly recommend the series. Wildfire by Hannah Gray. I don't remember what I gave this book, but I loved it. I actually cried while reading this one. Do I just cry to every book? Probably. It was like a family thing, and Russ and his family, and Aurora with her family. It was just like so sweet. I love Russ. Oh my god, he's like such a golden retriever, shy type of guy. I'm gonna put in girl okay yes. Sick Boys by Clarissa Wilde. This book was so, I honestly don't remember much of this book, but I know that it was wild. And is it 2 guys? All I know is that this book was intense. It's like a bully. I think it is a bully romance. I'm not a big fan of like bully romances, so I'm gonna put this one in It's Alright. Correct me, please correct me if I put any of these books in wrong genres or if I'm saying anything wrong. Gothicana by Runix or Runix. Just take the book and read it. Actually, I'm gonna put Girl Okay Yes. I love Runix's Dark Verse series. If you don't know about that series, run. Drop what you're doing, go type it. Dark Verse series by Runix. That series has my heart and I'm so excited and scared for the last book. I just love the whole series and I'm reading more of her books, and I wanted to read Gothicana for a very long time and I read it. Loved it. Love Vad and Corvinia. That is such a beautiful name, Corvinia. It's like a gothic romance and I've never read a gothic romance before, so this was my first one. Yeah, I really don't look at genres and like stuff like whatever they are in. I just like read to read. I obviously, like I said, we're gonna take a little pause. I have read more books than this for sure, but I don't have the mind capacity to be like, oh my god, let me remember all the books I read this year. No girl. But like next year for sure, like if I start a book in January, I will be putting that in my Goodreads, so it can be like a full, like at the end in December again when everybody's doing their year in books, I'll have all my books instead of, you know, half. But let's continue. Next, and this is the second book in The Spider's Mate, so it's called Enthralled. But basically Ivy lands on this planet with a whole bunch of people. It's called the Somnium. It's a whole story, and Catan finds her. She has to survive. He teaches her. They're going back and forth. Yeah, it's honestly good. I enjoyed it. But the second book, loved it even more. There were more humans that they found, and the humans are, you know, trying to live, and Catan's like teaching all of them. And then there are other also, and it's just not Catan, it's like his whole world, like his queen, and the queen wants him and he don't freaking want her. He's like, this is my Ivy, this is my heart's thread. And I was like, yes, Catan. So the second book I'm gonna put in the same, would recommend. We're just gonna put the same thing. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm over here acting like the book was bad. It was not bad at all. I wanted to start the series because it was like a popular book talk book, and I don't normally like read young adult stuff, so I feel like when I read young adult stuff it feels very, I don't want to say childish, but a person that is younger to read, you know, a young adult book. Pip, that girl is brave. The whole book I was like, how is this girl doing all this stuff in high school? If I saw any of this stuff in high school, babe, I'd run. I would put in would recommend because she's actually, no, I'm gonna put Girl Okay Yes because she was slaying. Oh my god, I switched it again. Oh my god, no. Another Barbarians, I can't see that name, Barbarians Prize. At this point, I don't remember any of the names. I just read the books in the correct series, like order. Would recommend. So this was the book by S.J. Tilly that I was talking about, or the series. There's 4 books, Nato, King, Dom, and Hans, and I recently received an arc for Hans. I was so excited when I received an arc. I was like, oh my god. I was like, thank you, because I was so excited to read it. I love the whole series. It is so bingeable. It is so easy to read. It's a mafia, it's a whole mafia series. Love the whole series. Nato, King, Dom, and Hans. I will put in Girl Okay Yes. Well, all of them 5 stars. They were all 5 stars for me. The guys, woo. And in the last book, Hans, he calls the female main character, Cassandra, Butterfly. And I know people are like iffy with pet names, but like Butterfly, like Christian Harper, Butterfly. It's just something about Butterfly. I love butterflies. They're like my favorite. Love them. They mean a lot to me. Next book. Okay, let's finish all of these off, you guys. Distance is a, to be honest, I kind of forgot, but I know it's like a mafia boxer thing, and I remember liking it, but other than that, I don't remember. I don't remember. I'm gonna put it in would recommend if you like that boxer mafia type beat, because I did like it and I was like, hey. Mind to Bend by Aurelia Knight, and I saw another book talk creator who read this and she liked it. And this one I'm gonna put in It's Alright. It's another stalker romance, but like the female main character, I forgot all of their names. I like how I know what happens in like all the books, but like at the same time I'm like, I don't remember the names. The female main character has like her fiance, and like they're having issues because they're just having marriage issues, and with her like virginity and stuff like that, and they go to a marriage like counselor therapist, and basically the marriage counselor becomes obsessed with the girl. The story just takes off from there, and it was kind of intense. Still enjoyed it though, but I'm gonna say It's Alright. The Canary Cowards by Jesse Hall. Just take the book and read it. Just take the book and read it. Just take the book and read it, because Jesse Hall knows how to write a good freaking book. If you don't know That Sick Love, what else? Hawk. I haven't read Kid by her yet. I need to read that because I know that the Canary Cowards and Kid are like connected in some way. But I'm obsessed. She is one of my favorite authors. Okay, y'all, these next two, I just read them because I like to read. I don't want to say crazy shit, but so I read this one and it's called Railed by the Easter Bunny. It was not Easter. It was not Easter. By the title, you can see it's called Railed by the Easter Bunny. You know where I'm gonna put that? I'm gonna put that in It's Alright. I actually gave the first book 4 stars and I liked it. And then the second one, sequel to the... I'm not gonna explain myself with those because I just read them to read. The titles are very self-explanatory. Okay, next one. This one is by Rena Kent. These 2 books are by Rena Kent. I'm like on a whole Rena Kent journey right now, or in her universe, and I'm currently on this Thorns Duet, and after reading these Thorns Duet, it's just not my fave. It was good. Like, I love Sebastian, and I believe the female character Naomi, I loved her. She was a bad bitch. Like, she didn't give a frick about what anybody says. I don't know, I just didn't like it. I'm gonna put it in no girl. I wasn't enjoying it. I'm so sorry. I want to read like all of the books in like the universe, so I'm going by the list. This next book, The Pucking Wrong Number by C.R. Jane. I liked the book. I really did, but then he like, I don't want to spoil it, but like he just like did something. And I definitely want to continue the second book because I think it just came out. Even though, and I do this a lot, even though I might not enjoy the first book of a series, I'm gonna still continue because you never know if you're gonna like the second book or the third book. But The Pucking Wrong Number, I'm gonna put in would recommend. There was just like this one thing that he did and I was like, I don't know about that. Soul of a Witch, just take the book and read it. Soul of a Witch by Harley LaRue or LaRue. I love it. I love the whole series. I have nothing more to say. Good things, read it. Love Callum, love Everly. It's literally dark. Y'all can't even see me. Maybe I should take off my glasses. Maybe y'all can see me more. I look a little bit dead, so don't judge me. The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. One thing about Ali Hazelwood is when I was reading this, I felt dumb. Science. I just felt dumb, and I definitely want to continue like her other books, but I loved it. I gave The Love Hypothesis 5 stars. I'm gonna put girl okay yes. Okay, this is another Ice Planet Barbarians. Would recommend. Pucking Wild by Emily Rath. I'm obsessed. Loved it. Loved the novella. Loved the first book. Loved the second book. I believe the third book is coming out next year and I'm so excited. The Pucking Wild, which is the second book, is about Tessa and Ryan, and I gave this one was my second, like 6 stars, so I'm gonna say take my soul. It's like a reverse like age gap. Tessa is older and the guy Ryan is younger, but it was like so good. The next book, If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin. I have very mixed feelings with this book. Yes, the ending was sad. Did I cry? No. This is a young adult book again, and I wasn't feeling it, wasn't connecting with it. The ending, yes, was sad, so I'm just gonna put it in It's Alright. Y'all, I have to scroll down from Take My Soul. I had to scroll down. Book Lovers, which was my first book by Emily Henry. I gave that one 3 stars, I remember. Wasn't like crazy anything to me, but I did relate a lot to, was it Nora? I related to her because she is an older sister, and she just like sacrificed everything. Well, she didn't sacrifice, but she would do anything for her sister, and I loved it, so I'm gonna put in It's Alright. Actually, let's put in would recommend. I would recommend it, but I definitely want to read Beach Read. I have it on my bookshelf over here, but like I want to read it in the summer when I go to the beach. Hello. The Devil's Keepsake by Some Sketcher. If you don't know the Sinners Anonymous series by Some Sketcher, go read it. One of my top series. Absolutely love it. I eat it up. I like eat every book up at this point. The Devil's Keepsake, I actually really enjoyed this one. I gave it 5 stars. Basically, something happens. You know when fathers in books just don't take care of their daughters? The father did something and the mafia leader basically was like, I'm gonna take your daughter. The father basically just didn't care. He was like, take my daughter. And I know there's more to this series, so I definitely need to read that, and I would recommend. Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. I love this book. I'm gonna put it in girl okay yes. It's a cowboy. I'm all for the cowboy romances. I'm gonna hurry up and finish these last couple ones, you guys, because I'm not feeling 100% right now. Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, we're gonna put in girl okay yes. I love me a good cowboy romance, and I believe the second one about her brother comes out next year, I think. I'm excited to read that one too. The Dare by Harley LaRoe. I know this is a novella and a part of the series, so this one was good. Loved it. I'm gonna put in would recommend. If you guys don't know the Ravenhood series by Kate Stewart, I don't talk about it much, but that series ended me, okay? 100% love it. Would recommend. And the book in here, One Last Rainy Day, we'll talk about that one in a minute. But I was seeing another series that was being compared to the Ravenhood series, and it was called the series is called A Twisted Tale series, and it was being compared to, like, if you would like the Ravenhood series, you would like this one. The first book, I gave it 5 stars. It has the same concept, you know, story concept as like the Ravenhood series, so I'm gonna give that the first book. Entangled, girl, okay, yes, because I did like the first book. But the second and third book, wait, no, Bound is second. I'm gonna give them, it's alright. I didn't really enjoy. I remember giving it like no. I wasn't enjoying it, and it's not bad. Everybody has their, you know, different opinions. Yeah, it just wasn't my favorite. One Last Rainy Day by Kate Stewart. Take the book and read it. That book made me sob, cry. One Last Rainy Day broke me. If y'all don't know about Dom from the Ravenhood series, I'm just gonna cover the camera because I can literally cry. Oh my god, just by saying his name I could literally cry right now. Kate Stewart, you broke my heart with that book. The last book, I don't remember. I remember bits and pieces of this book, but it's The Wrong Bride by 𝚒𝚗𝚚𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗. It's called The Wrong Bride, and I remember giving this book 3 stars. I don't remember when I read this book. I say I don't remember, but like I kind of like do, but I'm gonna put in it's alright. Okay guys, that is my final like tier rank. Those were all of the books that were counted for on Goodreads that I read this year. Those were about like 60. I know I've read a lot of amazing books this year, a lot of them. I had a pretty good reading year. I, you know, was on and off with reading, you know. I always knew that if I were to read, I would always read, you know, stuff that, you know, I wanted to try out. And, you know, read what you want. You shouldn't be ashamed for the books that you read. Everybody's tastes are completely different. Once again, those were all of my tier rank books. Let me know what books that you enjoyed. Let me know your goals. Let me know. Gotta go take care of myself, y'all. It's literally the end of the year. I gotta make myself like 2024. We going up there, okay? 2023 was a rough year. Cannot have a year like this again. If you are still watching, thank you guys so much, and thank you if you are subscribing. I don't know if I said in a video, but thank you for 500 subscribers. That is crazy, and I can't wait to grow my, you know, my channel and it just be fun and enjoy reading and connecting with a lot of, you know, people in the book community. And it's also not just about books, but life in general. I could literally sit here and talk for hours if I could, but I'm gonna go. Merry Christmas. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and a New Year's as well. All my love to you guys. That was my 2023 book wrap up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.